travel day. Made it to the airport, which is the first big step that I wasn't able to do last time. Hasn't been the smoothest day, but I'm here, so that's a big accomplishment.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boy.
Alright guys, it's Tuesday night, September 25th. It's been about 3 weeks since the date I was supposed to go to Europe for what I was calling my health expedition. As a lot of you know, I had to initially delay my trip because of a problem with emotional support animals, because I'm allergic to animals. Apparently emotional support animals take priority, so I kept on getting bumped off of flights and I couldn't get another flight where there wasn't an animal, so just stayed in California. Now I'm less than 48 hours away from departing for Europe again. Hopefully this time everything will go smoothly and I can get on my flight. So I'm kind of putting myself in sort of like an astronaut lockdown. Before astronauts go into space, they are they get a medical checkup and they're just separated from everybody else so they don't get contaminated or sick, getting injured or anything, so that they can't go into space. Obviously I can't do that. I react to the environment even if all the windows and doors are closed in your house. But for the next 48 hours I'm just gonna try to keep myself out of trouble, not go out, not touch anything that would make me sick or give me a reaction or smell any smoke. And obviously I still have to eat, so there's always a risk of reacting to something that I eat, even if it's something that I think I can eat. And my body is always very unstable, so my body could just decide to have a fit and I get sick and I can't go. But aside from that, the things that I can control, I'm just gonna hunker down and try to keep myself out of trouble. So what is this health expedition? Well, every time I've been to Europe, my health has been a lot better, especially my breathing and my asthma, which is kind of weird because there are so many smokers in Europe. But with a mystery illness like mine, you take any clue that you can get and you try any method that you can, whether if it's medical or not. If your condition gets better, then you should try it. Especially doing things that don't involve medications. A lot of people think medications are good because they're scientific and they sound more modern and advanced, but we all know medications cause side effects, and a lot of times the side effects are worse than the benefits that the medications can give you. So my rule of thumb has always been the less medication that I put in my body, the better. So if I can change my environment by going to Europe and improving my health, then that's definitely preferable to trying other experimental treatments to help my asthma. My doctors and I have a theory that the three major problems that I have, which is asthma, eczema for the skin, and allergies to food, environment, whatever. So if one of those can improve, then my body should have more energy and a stronger immune system to fight the other two. Just right now there are three major problems, and it's really hard for my body to fight all three. So right now, with the help of the new treatment Dupixent, my skin is a ton better. So that's one major problem sort of under control. So if I can also get asthma under control just by going to Europe, then all I have left is allergies, and maybe my body will just get strong enough because the skin problem and the asthma problem is under control. Then my body might have enough energy and resources to fight the allergies. So the goal for this medical expedition is to stay in Europe longer and see if I can replicate the results of improving my asthma. So initially the plan was to go here for a whole month, but because I had to delay the trip and now it's going to be too cold to stay there for a whole month, I'm probably just going to go for about 2 weeks. So the goal now is to try to do sort of like a recon mission and figure out the food situation, how I can eat other foods or what kind of foods there I can eat that isn't just McDonald's, because if I'm gonna try living there for 2 or 3 months at a time, I can't just eat McDonald's every single day. And I know there should be some other restaurants and maybe some things at the supermarket that I can eat, but I'm just going to have to test it and risk having an allergic reaction and just feel things out and kind of see what products and what brands there that I can eat. The second goal is to try to find affordable housing so I don't have to stay in the hotel for the whole 2 or 3 months that I'm there. The next time, hopefully I'll get to go in the spring and stay there for the whole summer, because I really felt like this summer with all the forest fires here in California, that really destroyed me and set me back. And if I don't get set back every single year because of various illnesses or various environmental factors, I feel like I would be much better. So really, if I could go there next summer and not get destroyed by the fires, I feel like I'll be so much further ahead. Travel day. Made it to the airport, which is the first big step that I wasn't able to do last time. Hasn't been the smoothest day, but I'm here, so that's a big accomplishment. The main problem I'm dealing with today is asthma. Just for the last 2 or 3 days, it's been the thing that's been bothering me the most. But this trip is mainly about testing out the theory that my asthma is better in Europe. So the fact that my asthma is a little bit worse today, it's probably a good chance to test it out. It's a good test case. And it's not so bad that I feel like I can't travel. Just got to be careful, and like I have my mask on because just going through security and stuff, my nose started to feel a little bit funny, and it felt like asthma coming on. Got here to my first hotel in Paris, spending just one night here at the Courtyard Marriott in St. Denis. Took an Uber from the airport, which is pretty quick. It only took about 20 minutes. Just to get over here to my next hotel, is the Paris Marriott Rive Gauche. I've stayed here for, this is the 3rd time I'm staying here, so really love this one. Yeah, so it already feels like home. It's a great area with a ton of trees and within walking distance to several train stations, metro stations, so super convenient. I didn't put it together that I do better in Europe until my family and I were on a family trip here to Paris at exactly this hotel. On the day that we were leaving, I almost forgot my Pulmo-Aide, which is my breathing treatment. So day 6 of the health expedition, I'm here in Amsterdam, and it just got me thinking about last winter when I was here last November, and I arrived with flu-like symptoms, and I thought I was gonna be in trouble. I had a whole week before I was gonna go home, and I was just like starting to think about how I was gonna get home. But within a day and a half, my flu was gone. So it usually takes me about 3 or 4 weeks to get over flu, especially because I'm on immunosuppressants, so my immune system is already weakened by that. But just being here in Amsterdam is so clean, there's not a lot of cars, and there's always a breeze going, and rain clearing out the air. Just somehow I healed super fast. February and March of 2016, I survived an exact full month in Europe, going to 4 different cities for my magazine for Fashion Week. So there are 4 fashion weeks in 4 different cities, from New York to London to Milan to Paris, and I did all 4 of those, and it was the first time I was ever traveling to Europe. I had no idea what it would be like over here, and I was pretty shocked by all those smokers. And for the whole month I basically only ate McDonald's. I had a couple of steak meals in there, but basically breakfast, lunch, and dinner I ate McDonald's, and I thought that was going to wear me down, but actually I went home feeling as good or better than before I left. Totally thought my illness was going to flare up and I was going to have to bail on the trip halfway or even just like a week into it, but no, I was able to make it through all 4 weeks. We even went to Barcelona for a couple of days before going home. So after I recognized this pattern that every time I visited Europe, my health was much better, I mentioned it to some friends and even posted it on social media, things like that, and I got various responses corroborating the same effect. Obviously they're anecdotal, but people with different health issues in the United States and even some in Asia, but their symptoms were better or some were completely gone when they were in Europe. Like a lot of people who have gluten problems, gluten allergies, are able to eat gluten here in Europe. And you know, there are also people with like sensitivities to water. It doesn't matter where they are, it's just in the way the US treats water. But here in Amsterdam, where water is the cleanest in Europe, like the tap water is even cleaner than bottled water. So I guess that makes a difference. The goals for this trip, to use Paris and Amsterdam, where I am now, to use as a starting point to branch out. Since I've already been here, I know how to get around a little bit and kind of know where things are, and I know what I should and shouldn't worry about. So that frees up my mental capacity, mental space to go explore different areas and go check out different grocery stores and see for different foods and just different areas of how I can actually live here. Most importantly, I have friends and family here, so if I do get in trouble, I have somebody to call. I don't want to go someplace where I'm just completely on my own.